Hi, in this video I will show you how to put together the large square gift box, which is a SVG file from Simply Crafty SVGs. So this is a fairly simple square box. It's 5 by 5 with a lid. So we have the lid and we have the panels that go in the lid. And then, so that's the lid piece with the panels. Then we have these pieces, that's the box. So it's really simple. Some people said they wanted some large boxes, so I have 4 panels that go on each side. Now the reason I did this is because it's just a, every once in a while you just need a bigger box. So this is 5 by 5 again, and you can make it for any occasion. Weddings, birthdays, Christmas. So actually I was supposed to have this out at Christmas, but I got sick with a really bad cold. So now we have it now. So we're going to go ahead, I'm just going to put the panels on the sides here, and then also on the lid and the sides here, and then we'll go ahead and it's a really quick assembly. Also, I want to mention, here's what I like about the larger box is that you can easily make smaller boxes. So you can just size everything down. We have a video on our help pages for a couple machines, primarily Cricut and Silhouette. But if you have some issues, I can figure it out with other machines as well. It's pretty simple with Scan and Cut as well. But this is half size, so this is 50%. So this is the nice thing, you can go ahead and make smaller boxes too with the same file. So I'll come back once I have all the panels on, and then we'll assemble it. So now that we have all the panels on, we're going to put together the lid. Now the one thing I want to note about these particular panels, this one is centered in the middle, and these on the side, they go all the way across. So they all go all the way across and meet the sides, and then you can just have a border on the top and bottom. So with that said, I mean, you could line it to the top, you could line it towards the bottom, whatever look you want. It's just a matter of knowing that you don't have gaps on the right and left, and I did that on purpose. And of course you could use this box without these panels at all. So you don't need to use these panels or any of the panels here if you just need a plain old box. And the other thing is if you do, put them, the amount you have, the gap you have on the top and bottom, try to match it. So when you put it together, glue it together, that it'll look seamless around there. So I just eyeballed it. It's really not that hard to see. I just use the bottom width most of the time for me. So this is really simple. I am actually using Scotch Quick Dry tacky glue. My preference these days is art glitter glue, but I still like using Scotch Quick Dry for larger projects. I just have to use them differently. So whatever glue you get, you just learn how to use the glue that you have. So I've used several types. This is just one of many that I just happen to have. A lot of Scotch Quick Dry too, but I still like it. I just, now, especially when I'm doing smaller items, I like my art glitter glue. So I'm just going to add glue to the tab like that. You can see we're already folded on all our scores. And we're just going to line this up. So we're going to glue it on the inside and line that edge up to the tab fold. That's what it looks like inside. So if you're new to box making, anybody that's not new, this probably won't be anything really challenging, but I like to go slow just in case. And then you can go ahead and just make sure that your glue dries before you go on to the next one. So we're going to do all 4 like that. Another tip is too, for some reason, like I said, know how to use your glue because you don't want it rippling through. But another good thing is to use like these clothespins. You can still find them now, and they can hold your project for you, your tabs for you, if you don't want to hold them for a long period of time. So it's just a little tip. I'm not probably going to use them through this whole thing, but it does come in handy if you're doing a lot of them. You want to do them quickly and you don't have the time to hold them or don't want to hold them. So that's just my little tip for this video at least. And my other tip that I say in every single video is just have a little wet paper towel to clean up the edges and everything. So I actually did have glue leakage on the top, not absolutely centered, but I had wiped it off fairly quickly. So I'll go ahead and finish by gluing all these tabs on the inside. So now the lid is complete, and you can see that I also embossed this top panel. I love embossing folders, so it's a great application for this to make it for really any occasion if you have a lot of embossing folders like I do. So we'll go ahead and put together the box. So with the box, we have the panels, and we centered each of the panels. We're just going to glue these together like this with this tab, and then glue it shut on the other side, and then we'll glue on that bottom part. So we're still using our Scotch Quick Dry. You just want to line this up to the tab fold, right up to it, and making sure it's lined up on the top and with that score line on the bottom. Since this is such a large box, the one challenge, and I'm just making sure it's good and dry. It's not a huge challenge, but with the big box, you kind of have to I'll have to reach in and apply pressure inside to when I glue that bottom part. So this part's is really easy though. So after we glued that first tab, that second tab is a piece of cake. This is why I have everything folded first. And just line it up. And it should line up for you. I always have to do like a minor adjustment just because scores aren't, you know, it can get off a little bit depending on the machine you're using. Cut score lines seem to be more accurate for me than like a scored one using like a tool like the Cricut Maker or Explorer. score tool or wheel. It just doesn't score deep enough. And then for this, there's two ways you can do it. You can go like this and close it shut like that. Then you'll have all the tabs on the inside now, which I don't think is a big deal, to tell you the truth, because it's going to be used as a gift box. So we have I'm not going to show you, but another little insert I'm just including in the file to put in there to strengthen the box. But you could also fold them on the bottom. So let's do that, because if you fold, again, if it's a gift box, not a lot of people are going to look on the bottom and look how clean that is, the way it looks. So the only reason I'm folding on the bottom is a gift box traditionally is going to hold something. And it may be a little bit of weight. So if you fold around this panel, your strength, you're going to have a little bit more strength. Again, you can add an extra panel for additional strength. But since we're folding around it, that in itself is stronger than folding the tabs inside for this type of box. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So what I'll do, you can do it in any order you want. But what I'm going to do is do this first one. And the reason why I'm just going to reach in, we can do all three at once if you wanted to. I'm going to fold them down. I'm going to reach down and just make sure that, you can't really see in, but I'm just lining it up. I'm letting gravity do the work rather than you do it in the air. I mean, you can do it in the air, but this is way too big of a box to do that. You really need to have something against the bottom to give you some, to be able to get that adhered. So we'll just do the last two. So you can just add glue, these two. So again, if you look in the file, I'm going to make it optional because some people might not want it on the initial cut, and you'll need another piece of paper, obviously, or another. I sized, these are sized, I would have to double check, but I think I needed 3 12 by 12s for this file, and I'm sure if adding that extra strength, you could always too, if you put it on the inside, the strength, the extra piece, you could put it in a coordinating color too. You don't always have to make it the same color. So again, just applying pressure inside. I know you can't really see it. And we'll just double check. Make sure everything's secure. So you can see it's pretty clean looking. I mean, most people are not going to really care, but if you really care, then you can put a panel on top of here. Or vice versa, you could have glued it to the inside and put another panel, but I strongly suggest gluing this on the bottom to make it stronger due to the size. And that's it. It's simple. It's a big box, bigger than normal. There it is. So what I would suggest, you could always just use any kind of ribbon or wrapping ribbon too. Just regular, trying to think, the paper that I'm trying to think what you call it. Anyway, the ribbon in the store for presents. It's just lost from my mind right now because I'm trying to concentrate on this. Anyways, there you go. Like I said, you can make it any size. You can size it down. This is pretty much the largest, almost the largest. And then there's the half size. So, you know, you could go even smaller too. It actually cut out really well considering it's so small, these little patterns. So I hope you find this file is versatile for you. I know I'll use it. This is something that we all kind of need at one time or another. So if you did like this project, please give me a little like below. I'm not very good at where the angle I'm at. And or subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it, and thanks for watching.